We've been here for 2 weeks and there's still no sign of moving.
A few weeks ago, one boat broke one lock and closed the entire canal. The only way around is a detour that would take about a month.
Join us this week as we wait for news that could derail our summer plans completely.
We're Rick and Adam, the floating nomads.
Living aboard our narrowboat Serenissima and slow travelling the rest of the world.
Join us on board and abroad.
Hello.
Hello.
We're on the Macclesfield Canal and we've been here for a while now, since you last saw us coming through the Harecastle Tunnel.
That's a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it is. We were meant to have moved by now and gone up Bosley locks, but there's a problem.
A few weeks ago, a boat broke the lock and we've been waiting for news that it's been fixed ever since. So every Monday and every Friday we get an update from the Canal and River Trust.
Roughly,
to tell us when it might be finished.
The boat actually got stuck in the bottom lock of 12 locks here on the Macclesfield Canal. Do you want to explain about the locks on the Mac? Because it's quite unusual.
This canal was one of the last to be built in the country, and in order for it to be quite efficient, all the locks on the canal are in the same place. So there are only 12 locks on the whole canal, and they are all at Bosley. And the rest of the canal is lock-free, and it's all flat. So if one lock breaks at Bosley, they all break, basically.
So we're at the bottom of the locks, and there's loads of boats also waiting at the top of the locks to do the locks at some point.
The reason we want to go up Bosley locks is to be close to my family who live in the Peak District, which is basically up at the top of Bosley locks. Because we have some commitments up there with family, we have booked the boat into a marina because we're going to have to leave the boat for a bit. But right now, we can't get to that marina.
Yeah, the deal was that the family would make sure the boat was okay whilst we're away for our other commitments. So unless we find out for definite very soon that the Bosley lock is fixed, we are going to have to turn around and go all the way back to where we started when we got back after the 5 months, back to our own mooring. Because, well, there's no point us half doing it. If we can't get into that marina, then we may as well get back to our own mooring, which essentially we don't have to pay any more for. Family can't look after the boat if it's not in that particular marina, really.
So we don't know how this video is going to end.
No, we don't. And just as it has been doing for most of these 2 weeks, it is tipping it down again. And yeah, it's very dreary and it's just been quite monotonous. Got a lot of work done though.
You might say, okay, well, some locks are broken, why can't you do a detour? There's a whole canal network in the UK. Let me tell you why. So there are a few things we could do. The first one would be go up the Bridgewater Canal, through Manchester, and then come out at Marple, which is where we need to get to. Why can't we do that, Adam?
Because there is the massive breach on the Bridgewater near Lymm.
The other way would be to go all the way to Ellesmere Port on the Shropshire Union Canal, then go onto the Manchester Ship Canal. Why can't we do that, Adam?
Because we need special certificates and the boat needs to pass an inspection, and besides which, if we're getting to Ellesmere Port, then we have to go past our mooring anyway.
Exactly. And the other way is basically to go around the Pennines, so go past Nottingham, through Yorkshire, across the Pennines, which takes about a month. It's just not possible. So we've been,
and I don't even think we can fit through Standish Tunnel.
Yeah. So we've been using these things. This is a 2-hour canal map. It's really cool.
It's really brilliant.
And I've just worked out that it will take about 25 days to do that detour, and we don't have that much time. So
we really are dependent on these CRT emails. So whilst we're waiting on those, we may as well get on with some stuff on the boat.
I should point out that this isn't the first time we have been prevented from going onto this bit of the Macclesfield Canal. Last year, the plan was to go and spend the summer up on the Peak Forest Canal and the Macclesfield Canal, and we couldn't get out because of low water. So this is the second year in a row we have been prevented. There's even a video about that where we visit Buxton, my hometown, I'm just making some bread, by the way.
It's not an expected boat maintenance day. However, listen to this. That's the sound of our fan belt, and it shouldn't make that squeak sound. Usually it's because it's too loose, but I have tightened it to as far tight as it can go, and it hasn't got any better.
So you're going to brush it, is that right?
Brushing the fan belt dust off.
Where have you got a brush?
I've got our spare fan belt, and I'm going to hopefully see that it's just making that sound because it's stretched a bit, the old one.
Why are you wearing stuff to do with two F1 teams right now as well?
Because it was a quick change to do this. Okay, so I'll have to get the old fan belt off, put this one on, and hopefully that squeak will go away. The engine's just been on, so it's pretty hot.
It's nice.
Burning my knees.
It's nice actually. There's a nice warm waft coming off it.
Oh yeah. Ow. It's loose enough now to hopefully just get off. It's just too hot. I can't even kneel to get it off. Ow.
Oh, I've got an idea. This is the glove we use for the stove. You can try that.
Yeah, it's black because we put coal on using our hands. Yeah, I'll lean on this. Just worried I won't be able to get another one back on if this is hard to get off. The belt that's on doesn't even look stretched or ragged in any way.
How can you tell if it's stretched just with your eyes?
But it's not that old. I only replaced it 9 months ago. In order to change the fan belt, I would have to cut the other one off because I can't prise it off. And I remember the last time I did it, I cut it off. But I don't want to risk it in the predicament we're in because we might need to move very quickly. So we'll have to put it with that squeak for now, I think. So another few days goes by and we are still stuck on the lower end of the Mac.
But we have moved the boat. There are a few problems with being stuck on a canal, and that is because we are off-grid. The services are in different places. So because Bosley Locks is closed, the only place we can empty our toilet on this canal is right at the bottom of the canal near Kidsgrove.
Near Castleton last week.
Just because of the way the canal is built, the only other place where you can empty toilet is at the top of Bosley Locks, and with that's out of order, it means we've got to do a massive detour to the end of the canal every time we want to do that.
So we have been going back and forth on the bottom of the Mac to do Elsan, to do our water, topping up water. But the biggest problem we've realised after a couple of weeks is the rubbish. It piles up, and I think there only is one place to get rid of your rubbish, and it is at Kidsgrove at the beginning of the canal. So right now, our well deck is full of bin bags, and we need to empty those.
So what it's meant for the last couple of weeks is that we are ricocheting from one side of this canal to the other, over and over again. Yeah.
Not ricocheting.
Well, that's what that means. That's what that means.
Banging off the edges.
One end to the other. So what it's meant for the last few weeks is that we have been ricocheting from one end of this canal to the bit that we can get to, which is it's a few miles, isn't it? It's probably about 8 or 9 miles, over and over again. And it's not just us, you keep seeing the same boats over and over again doing exactly the same thing.
Going to the same shops, the same pubs, and the same water points and Elsan point. So hopefully that's coming to an end. We have actually had an update from CRT today, and it says, wait for more news on Friday. So it's still not fixed, and they didn't really give much more information. So that's another 3 days away that we've got to wait. It's becoming tighter and tighter, this deadline where we need to decide what to do. There has been progress made with the fan belt. I decided I can't deal with that squeak anymore. So I completely took all the bolts off the alternator. I hit it to get it into position so that it would loosen the belt even more. And yes, the old belt came off and the new belt has gone on. And we're just about to test to see if it squeaks. No squeaks! Yay!
Other than that one.
So that's brilliant. That's another thing fixed, which is great. I don't know if we mentioned last week we had to have our batteries replaced.
All four,
because they were just not holding charge anymore. So we went up to Heritage Marina and they fitted them for us, and it's just been so good. It's like a new era on the boat. We don't have to really worry about battery charge as much as we did. So batteries are now fixed. The fan belt's now fixed. We're just waiting on that CRT email to be fixed.
I can't believe it's happened. It started to rain. It's glorious sunshine, so I didn't think it would rain, so I set off. It started to rain, so I put the awning up. Stupidly forgot the awning was up. Went under a bridge, and it's just ripped the awning. It's ripped the porch. Things, batteries last week, and now this. And there are times on the canal where it's idyllic, but there are times where things happen and it's the right stress. Rick's in the shower, so he doesn't even know what happened yet.
So I've just told Rick. I feared it totally ripped the structure off, but
no,
it hasn't.
One of them is a seam, so I think that's probably repairable. The other one is not a seam, it's blown towards me now. But as soon as it happened, I went inside and I've ordered 2 patches that are used for repairing canvas tents. So they're £12 each. No, I've ordered 3 of them. And also a tarpaulin to go inside the boat in case they don't work. So we'll see. But probably we will have to have a new canopy, which is thousands of pounds.
I think that's a slight overreaction.
Why?
I don't think a new canopy for 2 rips. We'll get someone out to do it properly.
One of them isn't a seam though. So one of them is just
okay.
a rip in the actual fabric. So somehow we have to seal this without using tape, apparently. You're not allowed to use gaffer tape or duct tape.
Because the problem is the forecast is for torrential rain tomorrow and the day after. So whilst we're waiting for the Bosley news, we are going to stay here, but this needs fixing. Okay, this is a bodge job.
This is an umbrella.
Yeah, so look what we've done. Thankfully, we had loads of these spare, these really strong, massive pegs.
I don't know what they are. They're for DIY, aren't they?
Yeah.
And we bought them once, needed them once, and they've been in the cupboard.
So that kind of closes the holes, and then we've put on the outside a blue bin bag and pinned that down with those pegs. But then we've put an umbrella through the hole and opened it up so that hopefully that's pretty much watertight now.
I'm embarrassed, but my boat has to have a bright orange umbrella sticking out of the roof.
Email has just pinged, and it is an update from the CRT. Our contractors are currently carrying out repairs to the damaged tailgates at Lock 12. That's a good thing. And are aiming to complete the work over the weekend.
Okay.
It's Friday today. The scaffolding is expected to be removed by 4 p.m. on Tuesday the 9th of June, after which we hope to reopen the lock.
I was not expecting it to go that way because I'm so used to it not doing.
We appreciate your patience, blah, blah, blah. A further update will be provided on or before Tuesday the 9th of June. Yeah, but it says expected to be removed by Tuesday the 9th of June. So it's looking like
we will be able to do it.
Yeah. Yes. Good. Email. Rick.
What?
CRT email.
Oh, God.
You going to come in here?
Yeah.
Update, 9th of June. Our contractors have completed the repairs to the damaged tailgates at Lock 12 Bosley. Whoop. Unfortunately, while carrying out the repairs to the damaged tailgates, our contractors identified additional issues. Necessary resources have been ordered and further repairs are scheduled to continue this week. A further update will be provided on or before Friday the 12th of June.
Yeah, we can't. That's too late, isn't it? That gives us, hardly any time to be able to get it. So if on Friday they say it's going to be Monday,
yeah, well,
that's it.
No,
we don't have time.
So that's it. we've got to go. We've got to go back to our mooring. That is such a mammoth task to do. And we've hardly got any days to do it. But we've got to do it, and we've got to start tomorrow morning.
And the weather's going to be a bit crap. It's going to rain.
So, back through Harecastle Tunnel. Club members are now going to come with us to digest that information, and we're going to let them in on exactly why we need to leave the boat at the pub, because it's one of those. It's definitely been one of those weeks.
We're not leaving the boat at the pub like he just made it sound, by the way.
No, we are walking to the pub with our club members, and we're going to discuss over a pint or two our plans, and just how doable it's going to be over this next 2 days. But we'll see you guys in the morning.
If you'd like to help keep us afloat and see even more of our adventures, you can now officially join up to our memberships. We've got a few different tiers to choose from, starting from just £2.99 a month.
Feels very strange cruising at this time. I don't think we've ever done this before.
No,
it's 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And it feels wrong going past other boats. But we have a booking in the tunnel, Harecastle Tunnel, at 8 a.m. because yesterday was an absolute washout. It was just torrential rain.
It rained all day.
We couldn't move, and we couldn't fix the canopy either. Plan today is to do 11 and a half hours cruising.
How many locks? A lot. We
Probably
don't even count.
13, 14 locks. We've never done a day like this before. Normally, after about 5 hours, that really is our max limit and we want to stop. But today, we're breaking that. We're doing more than double.
Again so soon, and it's worse this time because there's no light at the end of the tunnel.
As you've just seen on film, thank you so much to the friends of the Nomads.
Can't believe you're doing this now.
And the Nomads club members are getting extra B-sides, loads of extra content. Why don't you join them? Scan this QR code or click the join button below.
Quite hard now. Haven't even done the first lock of the day yet.
Eleven and a half hours done. It's about 5:20 now. So 10 to 7 this morning. It seemed a very long time ago.
I don't even know how many locks I've done. I'm so tired.
I cannot believe that this morning we were on the Mac. It's miles away.
Yeah, it feels very far.
We've done very well.
Like the accent's completely different. I know that sounds weird, but we've changed counties. We were in Cheshire this morning, we're now in Staffordshire.
The one thing that we didn't get to do, which Rick is quite disappointed, we didn't get to go back to the Marks and Spencers.
This is true.
Because we wanted to just push on.
We passed it.
Another mammoth day tomorrow. Morning.
Day 2.
Time for another early start. Breakfast on the go. 7 a.m. and already time for the first lock. finally on our home canal, the Staffordshire and Worcestershire, and we've got about 6 hours to go to where we need to be, and it's suddenly become a lot more urgent. Another email from the CRT has said that there is a lock between us and where we need to be that is getting very dodgy, and it's going to have an assessment, and they're going to provide a schedule of repair, but they haven't told us when they'll provide this schedule. So we need to get through that lock as quick as possible. So we are now just half an hour away from the dodgy lock and our end to today's long journey. However, Rick's just had some news from passing boaters that have just done the lock.
Yeah, 2 boaters. I met 2 boaters at that lock then, and they both said it's on its last legs. And I said it needs to last another half an hour. We've got 1 lock and then that. So as long as we can get to there without this thing falling apart,
we can get to the mooring.
We can get to the mooring and we will be saved.
Yeah.
So
let's do it. Back to seeing the good old M6 next to the canal, right next to the canal. We lived with that for weeks, didn't we? It's nice, familiar. And the wind turbines as well. So we know we are nearly home. I am honestly really nervous.
We just want to get through this lock. I've got a knot in my stomach because the other issue is now, if it goes right now, there is no winding hole. We can't turn around, we are just trapped.
So that is the penultimate lock done. The next lock is the semi-broken lock. As he alluded to, there is nowhere to turn around, there's no winding hole. If this lock is broken and we can't get up it, then we're stuck. It's quite ominous that all of these boats they're facing this way, so they have made sure that they have got down the lock. And we're the only ones going the other way. The weather has got, it's a bit ominous. It's definitely matching our mood right now. So as Rick goes up to the lock, I can see like warning tape tied on. Rick's opened the first gate, no issues, but he's just pointed out that it's the opposite gate that is the problem one. Let's get in that lock.
Once we've got this gate closed, we're done, it's fine.
What a stressful couple of days. Oh, we made it. Let's just get moored up, and I need a spritz. And as we said at the beginning of the episode, this has been 3 weeks in the making, and we've finally done it. We've got to the top of that lock, and it's the end of a second huge day of cruising.
And when we started making this video, we had no idea where we would be when we were filming this. We assumed that we would be on the Macclesfield Canal, on the upper Macclesfield Canal, having gone up Bosley locks.
But this last 2 days, it has been a total of 23 hours cruising and 39 miles, which actually doesn't sound that big. And I know loads of other narrowboaters do like 10-hour days regularly. We don't. No, we do about 4 or 5 hours every few days because we like to just be in one place and get our work done.
39 miles at 4 miles an hour though, plus locks, is a very long time.
29 locks.
29 locks.
The advantage of us waiting all that time for the Bosley locks to open is that we got all our deadlines completed, which weirdly gave us time then to cruise, to get us here near to our mooring. And that brings us on to next week. We are going to leave the boat for a good while again, and we're going off on our adventures. I think all we'll just say is it starts with a ferry. So we look forward to taking you with us, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us for this last 3 weeks. Finally got my spritz. Cheers.